50 Cent's world is suddenly shaking as the man he once controlled from behind the scenes, none other than Demetrius Big Meech Flannery, is rising back to power, breaking free from the invisible chains 50 thought would hold him for years. And now the streets are buzzing with whispers that the once sleeping giant has woken up with a mission that could put 50's very life at risk. To truly understand why this is such a dangerous moment for the rap mogul, you need to know about the shocking new clause in Big Meech's life rights that 50 Cent recently revealed, one that essentially forced Meech to work for him for the next 5 years. And the chain reaction it set off: a legal counterstrike by Meech, the arrest of Tammy Cowins, and a dangerous sense that 50 Cent may have finally pushed the wrong man too far. This is not just entertainment beef anymore. This is a war where both sides know exactly how to hit where it hurts the most. Now, let's rewind the clock a bit, because this story isn't just about one man suing another. It's a high-stakes power play between two titans who built their reputations on control, loyalty, and dominance. 50 Cent, rapper, businessman, TV mogul, has made an empire out of knowing people's weaknesses and exploiting them for maximum gain. He's the mind behind BMF, the hit series that immortalized Big Meech's legacy for a new generation. But that show didn't just happen out of thin air. 50 got it because he acquired Meech's life rights, the golden ticket to legally telling his story. What most fans didn't know until now is that those rights weren't just about the TV series. They came with hidden stipulations. The most explosive one, that for a period of 5 years, Big Meech himself would have to work for 50 Cent in one way or another, whether in advisory roles, promotional appearances, or whatever else 50 demanded. For a man like Meech, who has spent decades building his name on independence and commanding his own moves, that clause was the ultimate insult. When news of that clause hit the streets, it wasn't just gossip. It was gasoline on a fire that had been quietly burning for years. People in Meech's circle were quick to say that this was the kind of move that 50 Cent pulls to make sure he's always in control. But they also knew Meech was not the type to take a leash willingly. What happened next proved exactly that. Instead of letting it slide, Meech went on the offensive. His first move? Targeting Tammy Cowins, his former business associate, and one of the key figures who allegedly played a role in brokering those life rights with 50. Meech accused Tammy of mismanaging funds, manipulating contracts, and acting in bad faith on his behalf. In an aggressive legal filing, he didn't just sue her, he pressed for criminal charges, which led to her being arrested. The arrest sent shockwaves through the entertainment and legal worlds, because Tammy had been seen for years as the bridge between Meech and Hollywood. With her in cuffs, the bridge was officially burned. Now here's where things get even more dangerous for 50 Cent. By exposing the clause publicly, he thought he was making a chess move, reminding everyone that he had Meech tied up legally for years to come. But in reality, he lit a fuse. Meech is no ordinary opponent. His network, influence, and loyalty base run deep in places money can't buy and contracts can't control. Word on the street is that Meech has been quietly reconnecting with old allies, rebuilding connections that made him a legend in the first place. And this time, he's not just thinking about reclaiming his story. He's thinking about reclaiming his power. People close to him say he feels betrayed, used, and humiliated. And that combination in a man like Meech is the kind of thing that doesn't just result in lawsuits. It can lead to retaliation in ways no courtroom could ever document. Meanwhile, 50 is playing it cool in public, cracking jokes on social media and posting cryptic captions like he always does when drama hits. But insiders claim that behind the scenes, he's tightened his security, canceled certain appearances, and is being a lot more cautious about who he's meeting with. For years, 50 Cent thrived on poking at rivals, Ja Rule, The Game, Floyd Mayweather, you name it, and coming out on top. But this is different. This isn't rap beef. This is a man with a real-world network, one who's been to the top of the criminal underworld and survived. Meech isn't just fighting for pride. He's fighting for his freedom, his name, and his legacy. If you zoom out, you can see how this was almost inevitable. When 50 Cent launched the BMF series, it was hailed as a stroke of genius, bringing Meech's story to television while Meech himself was behind bars. But in Hollywood, every deal comes with fine print, and every fine print comes with consequences. 50 saw a chance to lock down Meech's story before anyone else could, and he took it. But in doing so, he effectively placed Meech in a position where his own life rights were a leash, and the man holding the other end was 50 Cent. That power imbalance might have worked for a while, but power shifts. Now that Meech is seeing a path to regain control, the fight has moved beyond contracts. It's about who controls the narrative and, ultimately, who controls the future. Tammy Cowins' arrest was a message. Whether you see it as justice or revenge, it sent a signal to everyone watching. Big Meech isn't playing games anymore. The woman who was once the trusted link between Meech and 50 is now out of the picture, and the way she was taken out tells you everything about the tone Meech is setting. Direct, ruthless, and public. By making this move, Meech has also reminded 50 that he knows how to apply pressure in unexpected ways. 50 might have the media, the money, and the lawyers, but Meech has something even more dangerous. Loyalty from people who owe him their lives, and who operate in a world where contracts don't mean much. In the days since the news broke, the internet has been ablaze with speculation. Some say Meech is already working on countermoves to fully sever 50's hold over his life rights. Others believe he's preparing a tell-all of his own, one that would air out details 50 Cent would rather keep buried. And there's another layer to all this. If Meech can prove that the clause in the contract is coercive or exploitative, he could potentially blow the whole agreement up, leaving 50 not only without control of the story, but possibly facing legal heat himself. That's the nightmare scenario for 50, losing the crown jewel of his TV empire, while also being dragged into court over how he obtained it in the first place. But the most chilling theory circulating is the one you won't hear on TV or see in an Instagram comment. Some in the industry quietly whisper that this battle might not stay in the legal realm for long. Meech, they say, is a man who understands patience and timing. He's not going to rush into anything reckless, but he also isn't going to forgive or forget. If 50's smart, he'll realize that this isn't about out-tweeting or out-trolling an opponent. It's about survival. And the fact that the man he thought he had locked down for years has just proven he can still make moves from a position of strength. For fans, it's a gripping drama. Two kings in different arenas, each with a reputation for winning at all costs, now locked in a battle where the stakes aren't just money or TV ratings. It's legacy versus control, street versus corporate, and every day that passes without a resolution is another day where the tension builds.